March 2025 will officially mark 3 years since the iPhone SE was announced back on the 18th of March 2022. And let me tell you, this can very well be the best-selling iPhone of the year, and we might get it as soon as next week. Hey guys, I am Danny, your friendly tech amigo. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. This is free content from me to you. Now, first things first, the name. There's a bunch of leakers slash analysts that are going with the iPhone SE 4 and others that are going with the iPhone 16e. For the sake of this video, we're gonna call it the spring iPhone. Now, my main device is currently the iPhone 14, and that is the design that we are expected to get with the new spring iPhone. The king of display analysts, Ross Young himself, has said that this will indeed come with a notch and not a dynamic island. And I'm up for that. I do have an iPhone 15 that I use for work. I don't see what I need the dynamic island for, so that's okay. The screen, we're expected to have an LCD display, but if Apple decides to go and have the OLED, that would mean the end of LCD for the entire iPhone lineup. No more Touch ID, since with the notch we are using Face ID, and that is perfect. More security and easier for us who have small fingers, small hands. And the same 12 megapixel camera for the front facing, or as I like to call it, the selfie camera. Now, the current iPhone SE 3 display is at 4.7 inches, but that will change to around 6.1 inches, which has been the same size for all base model iPhones since around iPhone 11. Now, of course, like everything else that Apple has been dropping, this new spring iPhone will have a USB-C port, no more Lightning. Still no word on speeds, but I predict that we will get the basic USB-C 2 at 40 megabits per second. But if we do get USB 3, we can get up to 10 gigabits, and I won't be mad at that at all. Now, since the beginning of the SE lineup, all iPhones had only one back camera, and that makes no difference here. But we are expected to get the 48 megapixel camera, which is just ridiculous considering the price tag, which I will talk about later in the video. This will improve pictures with more options, including a 2x and improved night photography. But since it still lacks a LiDAR sensor, you won't get the best of the best. As far as the material for the spring iPhone, we are expecting to have the same back glass with glossy design as we had on the iPhone 14. I honestly like the matte finish, but then again, I never used an iPhone without a case, no matter how cheap it was. Chassis will be made out of aluminum and not titanium, of course. But I do hope that we do get the ceramic shield glass to make this the most durable, budget-friendly iPhone to date. Now, don't be fooled by what's on the outside, because we all know it's what's on the inside that counts. And boy, are we in for a treat. Not only will this spring iPhone be equipped with 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is very necessary for something that is coming in a few, but also it will be equipped with the A18 chip, which is the same as the current iPhone 16 lineup. I mean, wow, this is a hell of a treat, especially if the price will be what we expect it to be. Remember the 8 gigabytes of RAM that I mentioned? Well, that is the minimum amount you need to run Apple Intelligence. And this budget-friendly spring iPhone will be the first and only phone to have Apple Intelligence straight out the box. Oh, but Danny, the iPhone 15 Pro and all the iPhone 16 lineup have Apple Intelligence. Not right away, they didn't. We are in February 2025, and we just got iOS 18.3, which gave us more of the Apple Intelligence features, but not all that was said in WWDC in June 2024. I know, you know math, and that was 8 months ago. This spring iPhone will have more Apple Intelligence features right out of the box, not like the 16, and sure as hell not like the 15. And there's one more thing that'll make this spring iPhone a first for all iPhones. And that's the first Apple designed 5G chip. Apple has been working on this chip for some time now, and if it's as power efficient as the M series chips for the Macs, boy oh boy will this battery last a long time on a single charge. All that having a price point anywhere from $499 to $599. This will be one hell of a deal. Things I hope the spring iPhone comes with is MagSafe. Please, oh please have MagSafe. And as for the action and the camera control button, you can keep those. And that's coming from a guy who loves buttons.